Choppo, you got some meds. You can't be brushed, I'm assuming.
I can't even bathe him. He attacks me.
Okay, so he's everything he's seeing right now. He's terrified of
Yeah,
everything.
she's scared.
And that's what you said. I think you said noises and stuff.
Any loud noise, a knock on the door. The minute my other dogs bark, it's like chaos.
How is he with the other dog?
He's okay. He actually gets along.
Did they put him in his place?
I have a pit bull. She does.
Okay, nothing to do with the pit bull, but.
No, she's great.
Yeah.
She's the sweetest dog. But if he pushes his limits, she'll
Okay, so not
hurt him, but you know.
So my question is, how do you put him in his place?
Well, the problem is it's so unexpected.
Right.
So like the minute a loud noise occurs, what I've been trying to do is like stand looking at him, making eye contact, and just telling him no until he eventually backs down. But if you make the slightest movement, he will go for your ankle.
Okay, so he makes mistakes.
Yeah.
I don't want to ever say that bad. Yeah. He makes mistakes.
He's not a bad dog. He's actually,
he's
snuggle, he's
terrified.
Scared. Yeah.
He's terrified of things, and the problem is we're not working him through it. And I'll give you the clue. He growled at me, and you said it's okay.
I said no, and then I said it's okay.
Yeah, but what are you saying it's okay to? In his mind, you're saying it's okay to growl.
To growl.
And really, that's just no. You
Yeah.
know, and that's the biggest disconnect I see with a lot of the scared dogs is we tend to humanize it too much. We try to take that noise of the pan falling. It's okay. It's not going to hurt you.
Right.
And they're like, I'm unsure. I'm unsure. What do I do? And you're telling them what they're doing is okay by soothing them.
Yeah.
Right. And really, it's no.
Yeah.
You know, and I make it. I try to break this down to the simplest concepts for people. The harness one, you're not going to get a good correction. You just can't.
Yeah.
So I actually brought a slip leash with me, and I'm going to see how he reacts
Whatever
with me.
you need, yeah.
But if you notice, I'm purposely moving closer to you because I want to see what he does.
Yeah.
And he's kind of in an avoidance stage with me, so he's understanding.
He's actually not even looking at you. Yeah.
He's kind of understanding, okay, this guy is not somebody I'm going to mess with, which is good. So he has potential.
He didn't mess with my husband until yesterday.
Yeah, so what happened yesterday? Because I know that's what triggered the
dog
text.
started barking, and my husband had turned around, I think to go, we have gates, so I think he went to go either to the fridge or to the gate, and he came up behind him and just bit his leg. But like, he doesn't bite, he like hangs on to a point where we have to pull him off.
Right, okay, so now he's made these mistakes. From what I heard, he bit everybody. You said, I think, everybody in the house.
My kids, myself.
Okay. When he, again, I'm going to say makes mistakes and bites. Don't forget, he's biting if he's scared for self-defense.
Right.
He just doesn't know what to do.
Right.
How do you correct him? How do you teach him that's unacceptable?
I usually tell him no and put him in his crate, but I also...
Go to timeout, go to your room and think about what you did.
Yeah, but also, it's hard because the crate, I want him to think is almost a safe place.
Right.
So now it's like a...
It's a negative.
Yeah, and now I started since maybe 2 weeks ago, I've been crating him at night. He used to sleep in the bed with us, but I'm like, I can't, I
lost
just
that
can't
privilege.
take the
He
chance
lost
anymore.
the privilege.
But when I go to put him in the crate at night, he will go in, no problem. I don't even have to say it, but as soon as I go to shut the door, he's growling and barking at me, like,
Okay, so you have to wait him out. You got to work a lot of dog psychology with him. I mean, he's definitely got, by the look of him, right now he's using his nose finally, which I'm happy. So now he's starting to smell us a little bit, which is a better way for a dog to get to know. I mean, am I ready to reach down and pet him? Hell no.
No. He might eat you.
Yeah. Well, I brought my gloves with me. I
know, my daughter's like, what if he bites the trainer? I'm like, it's okay.
I've been bit by bigger. But I bring gloves and, I think it's smart.
Yeah.
I don't want to get bit. It hurts.
No, bad. And
especially because they're tenacious. Well, terriers are tenacious. They really are.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep an eye on his body language because I want to see if something triggers him out here. Because,
any noise he hears, it's right away.
He's very alert.
But like I said, I found him on the street, and I tried to find his owner. No one has claimed him. I mean,
our daughter in North Carolina just got a husky that way.
I find dogs all the time. Unfortunately,
Purebred husky.
If I could, it's hard. I found a pit bull like a month ago on the next block over that I had to bring
this area, a lot of people dump dogs. It's sad. I mean,
it breaks my heart. But I'm like the crazy neighborhood dog lady. The minute I see a dog, I'm like, oh my God, where does it belong? I'm trying to find
and with that face, it's like he's adorable.
He like I'm his person. He loves me.
Right, but is he claiming you? Like if you and so you need to step up as his pack leader.
Yeah.
I mean, bottom line, he needs discipline, and your pity's disciplining him.
Yeah.
And the best thing is the pity's discipline doesn't hurt him.
No, not at all.
But I have a trademark saying, which is no anger, no frustration, no nonsense. And I use that a lot because that's their language. When your pity goes to correct him, he's not angry at him.
Yeah.
He's not frustrated. He's just saying, cut the crap.
Like,
And it's almost like when we grew up. You know, I'm a couple days older than you, but when I grew up, no was no. Why? Because I said so.
Yeah.
It's a no. It was a no nonsense
That's the
approach.
answer.
Right.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand that.
Yeah.
You say no to him, and then right away
Like, too
it's
bad.
okay.
Yeah.
No, your nose. What's the consequence? What is the consequence to? What's his name again?
Choppo.
Choppo.
Like the
Hi, Choppo.
Yeah, like the convict Choppo.
We're gonna have to change that name. Choppo wasn't a good guy.
No. Well, when I found him, El Choppo was on the run, so
Yeah.
I'm like, it's El Choppo.
I thought it was Chapo.
El Choppo.
El Choppo.
I just watched it.
That was on the run.
We have to change that name. Actually, there are some trainers that did that with boarding trains. The dog gave me the name Cujo, and then they work with it and they change it.
We can change it.
So,
Sweetheart, my little sweetheart.
Yeah. So, your no's have no consequence, and I always use when we grew up as children. If mom and dad said you can't go out, and you went out, was there going to be a consequence?
Yeah.
Okay. So their no, you can't go out. You basically said, there's a consequence. You say no to Choppo. What's the consequence when he says, Ma, screw you?
What do I do? What do I do?
Your
if he
leash is
bites?
going to become your best friend.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you now. Unfortunately, he's going to need, a way to get him. That's why I like the slip lead, because you get a
Well, I
lasso.
don't take his harness off.
Right.
him.
But
If I need to grab him, that's
right.
how I grab
But
him.
you also want to grab him more by the scruff.
Okay.
If you grab him by the scruff, he can't get you. He can still get you when he's on that harness. If you grab him by the harness,
Yeah, back here.
yeah, he can totally get you.
Well, he bites my leg then.
Right. But if you grab him by the scruff, with no anger, no frustration, key, because if you do it angry and frustrated, he's going to fight you.
Right.
And that's what's happening. When he went after you, your husband, your kids, and you have to grab him, you're angry, you're frustrated.
Yeah.
He fights you. Because one of the things you said, he's very tenacious. If he comes over to me, he comes over.
Okay.
I'm fine with it. I'm just trying to
He's
keep
actually,
yeah.
I would know if he's in attack mode.
Right. I'm trying to keep a little social
Okay.
distancing from you.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah,
that's what we're supposed to do.
absolutely, yeah.
And I'm not being rude by not shaking your hand.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I have Purell in my pocket.
I
Don't
have
worry.
wipes in my
I
car.
have everything around.
So your nose has to have a consequence. I'm going to give you a couple of tools today that, well, not you're going to have to purchase them because I don't have them with me.
Yeah.
That may or may not help you. Don't
Okay.
do the water bottle squirt thing.
No.
That never works.
I
Oh,
think
that was
he
for a
would-
short period
I think
of time.
he would go after me if I
Well,
did it, actually.
he will because you have to show him the tool.
Right.
And you've heard the water bottle theory. You spray the dog.
And they
What
stop, yeah.
What they become afraid of is that plastic bottle. I don't want to correct him to make him fearful.
Right.
He's already fearful enough, so why the hell would I want him more
Make him
fearful?
scared, yeah.
I want to correct him as that no-nonsense approach. Discipline should be uncomfortable. Go to your room. Not in today's world, but in my world. Go to
Yeah.
your room is uncomfortable. There was nothing in my room. There was
Right.
books. I hate reading.
Boring, yeah.
So it was a very uncomfortable punishment for me to go to my room in July when it's 95 degrees out
Right.
and there's no air conditioning. And Dad had that saying, we don't own Wilco. So fans weren't allowed on because you're being punished.
Right.
You know.
He's got a stick hanging out of his
Yeah.
mouth.
Come here.
See, I'm watching him with your hand motions. Nothing with you. Can your husband do that for him?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think he would bite him, but he's actually afraid of my husband.
Well, again, because I'm a man, so I can say a lot of bad things about men, right? I'm allowed to. Men try to control
yeah.
with testosterone.
Does.
And
Yeah.
again, what's the dog responding to?
And he's
Fear.
angry. He's
Oh, I
angry
don't
because
blame
the
him.
dog keeps bucking everyone. So
And from a human point of view, not humane, human point of view,
course.
I understand it.
Yeah.
But it's the total opposite of what you need to do.
right.
I always use, what was it, about 3 years ago I got bit by that dog where I got the stitches?
Oh my gosh.
Definitely my worst bite because I needed
Yeah.
stitches. And because I get bit, say he made a mistake and he bit me. I can't stop because one, it teaches him his mouth is powerful. I did this, that person left.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't stop. That's why I wear the gloves, especially little dogs. Go ahead, bite me.
Yeah.
You can't do anything. You
Right.
know. But when this dog, it was a husky border collie, so you can picture the size of the dog.
Yeah.
And he got me good. I mean, 9 stitches. But
Oh my
after
gosh.
he let go, he ran down the hallway.
Afraid.
Well, he was like, oh crap.
Felt bad.
And it was all
Yeah.
fear-based. No,
Yeah.
don't forget that they don't feel bad. They did it for
He
a
doesn't.
reason. He doesn't feel bad.
I'm like, he doesn't feel bad.
So the dog's name happened to be Kai. Kai went down the hallway, and all the doors were shut, so he had no escape mechanism, and I followed him because I have to. And I got probably about the distance we are apart, and he was one of the few red zone level 10 dogs I ever worked with. And he was growling, foam, spit flying out of his mouth, but it was all fear because he was and backing away at the same time.
Right.
So I knew he was afraid. So all I did was go, nope. Look what just happened. Right.
Yeah.
And remember I said no should be have a my consequences. You saw my body language change.
Over.
He understood that
Yeah.
real quick, which is great, by the way. But I focused on me, not the dog.
Yeah.
And the only word I said was no. And I focused. My mom taught me years ago: breathe in the roses, blow out the candles, to center your energy, or to calm yourself down, or whatever. And that's what I did. And we watched this. It sounds weird because here I am bleeding like anything, but it was a beautiful thing because I watched this dog go from 10 to 9. You actually can watch the change.
Calm. Yeah.
And when he got down to level 5, I'm not going to do it now because this was 3 years ago. My knees were in better shape. I squatted down what I considered a level 5. I squatted down like I was a catcher. Still kept my body upright, watching him. And people think I'm nuts because now I'm 5 feet, 6 feet away, face to face with the dog. But that's okay. I didn't think he was going. I knew he wasn't going to do anything.
Right.
Within about 2 minutes of the whole process, from the time I got bit till he laid over and submitted to me, I never said a word to the dog or yelled at the dog or kicked the dog or hit the dog.
Right.
I took the human part of me away. Because the human part of me is, how dare you? You bit me. And Jen, I'm going to pick on us men.
Yeah.
We get testosterone. It's such a negative energy. Men, we're stupid.
Yeah.
Long story short, after he submitted, all I did was get up and walked away. Never said a word to the dog. Told the mother of the dog and her mother, who was there, to go into the basement apartment because they were just wigging out. And I told the husband, I said, I need to clean my hand up.
Right.
So I cleaned up my hand. Husband was nice enough to clean up the mess I made in the house because I didn't realize how much. I didn't realize how much your hand bleeds. I mean, she saw it. It was not the best sight in the world.
Yeah.
It took about 10 minutes for me to clean up. Dog's still laying there. The whole 10 minutes. So I went about 10 feet away from him, kneeled down, and called him over to me, and he came over very submissively. And the dog's father turned around and said, oh, look, he's sorry. I'm like, he's not sorry. No. He's actually said thank you, because I disciplined him in his language. So when I just did this to Choppo, that no, and I kind of changed my body language on my end, because he was eating those branches at the time.
Yeah.
What did he do? Oh, I'm not supposed to do. So by no had a consequence. I never touched your dog. How cool is that? That's how they understand. The reason I say the leash can be your friend is you take away a flight mechanism. Because if he wasn't on the leash, he may have tried to take off. That's why I asked if your yard was fenced in.
Yeah, and we can close that.
Right. He's not going to slip out of that. If I was worried about him slipping out, I would. But I'm also going to probably switch him over to a slip leash, which he may protest because it's a new feeling.
Right.
But because I think it'll give you a better way to make a correction.
Okay.
And the correction has to be, again, like growing up, uncomfortable, not painful. So I'm going to talk about popping a leash.
Okay.
But the popping a leash is not to throw him into the reeds.
Right. Yeah. It's just to give him
to unlock his brain.
Right.
His brain is miswired. Is that a good way to say it? Yeah, that's a good way to say it.
It is.
And we need to rewire it in his language, not in our language. And again, this is where I'm going to pick on us men, but I really pick on you women when I say this. No wife thinks their husband can multitask at home. At work, you think your husband can, but at home, you can't multitask.
This is true.
Dogs truly can't. So when Choppo is fixated on biting my ankle, so you can wave a steak underneath his face, he ain't going to care. And if food doesn't mean anything, what else is going to mean? Nothing.
Right.
Food is the most primitive thing.
Yeah.
So the pop of the leash unlocks the brain because it becomes uncomfortable. And it should be, what do you want? Calm down, what are you doing? You're being stupid. Without the conversation.
Right.
And then you follow through until when? He's calm. Then you reward him. So using that dog that bit me, the whole time for 2 minutes I sat there. That's pressure. Think about if I did that to you in public. That's
How
pressure.
uncomfortable,
Right.
right?
Even when I squatted down, I still kept the pressure. What was his reward for calm? I walked away and took away all that pressure.
Right.
I didn't have to say anything. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to give him a cookie. I took away the pressure, which was his punishment, his uncomfortable feeling.
Mm-hmm.
The pop of the leash is an uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah.
The tool I was going to recommend, I do recommend you buy, and I should get more into my stock. It's just things are slow.
Yeah.
So
It's
try not to
time.
spend money if I can avoid it. Is something called Pet Corrector. Everybody's part of Amazon.
Yeah.
You can get it on Amazon. It's a can about this big. It's air. It's all.
Okay.
No, nothing bad is going to happen to the dog, but you don't want to show it to him.
Okay.
You don't want to, and you can use this on the other dogs. Everything I tell you here, by the way, if you have any issues, if you think about the logic, it's all the same.
The only issue is my cat.
I can't help
They
you.
don't
there.
like the cat. Yeah.
Well, no, I can fix that. That's
Yeah.
easy. Does the cat have claws?
Yes.
Let the cat swat the crap out
Oh,
of
I
him.
do, but he is relentless.
Well, he's a terrier. Don't forget that's a.
Well, he doesn't
he's a
care.
hunter.
He
He's
wants
a
to
hunter.
eat him.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can stop it. But you have to catch him early. We'll go into that
Yeah.
in a second. So, you start. You say you know before he does something. Most of the time.
He growls.
Right there, you want to make your correction, but your correction has to be no nonsense, no anger,
Yeah.
no frustration, no nonsense. So if you have the pet corrector, because now he's focused. Like when I walked over, he was focused on me. He didn't care you were there. You said no, but he still growled.
Yeah.
And then you look, it's okay. No, it's not. He said basically, must screw you.
Yeah.
So the pet corrector is a loud sound. Okay? Good boy. Is a loud noise. That loud noise unlocks his brain. Because dogs can only focus on one thing at a time. So you need something to unlock the brain to get their attention. I almost related to, remember the old time movies when, and I hate saying it this way, the woman was hysterical?
Yeah.
And they'd shake, finally they have to smack her in the face.
Yeah, yeah.
The smack in the face wasn't to hurt her, it's to
Like
unlock
snap
her
out of
brain,
it.
snap
Yeah.
out of it. Same thing. We don't do that to the dogs. We let them, or we wait till they're here.
Yeah.
Good luck. Walk away. You're better
So
off.
do you use it now when he starts growling?
Right, but you
pop
time it
right away?
with your no.
Okay.
Okay, so it should be, watch my thumb. No,
At the same time.
right, that quick.
Okay.
If you watch your pity, I haven't seen the pity yet, but when he corrects him,
Mhm.
it's a male. She corrects him. It's very quick. It's
Mhm.
usually not a bite,
No.
but it's a rattle. Picture a rattlesnake bite. That's
Like
what.
a quick,
So
yeah.
your no has to be. That's why no is a great word. I use nope actually because I don't. You have kids. You say no all day long. So I tend to use the word nope because if you think about it, nope. You do that to you. The energy is so good on the word nope. So I tend to use nope. So me it'd be nope.
Okay.
But it's that quick. But I don't show it in the air. Like if I have my hoodie on, I keep it in my pocket. If I don't, I put it behind my back. I don't show him the imaginary object, which is the can, because I don't want to take out the can and the dog see the can and go, oh my God.
Now he's scared of that. Yeah.
Think about what I said about the water bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and what is that, the object of that? Now your no has relevance. Because right now your no has no relevance.
Right.
Your no has relevance. You have his attention. And what do you want him to do? Calm down. Work, wait him out. Wait him out. That's where the leash, so he has no flight mechanism. The leash is going to help you. Wait him out. And when he's calm, you can praise him. And I wouldn't do praising with excitement. Oh, what a good boy, because that just could jack him up
it
again.
doesn't- Yeah.
But
You can't.
if you're truly, truly happy with what he did, what's your energy going to say? I'm happy.
Yeah.
The dog Ty that bit me, he understood everything without me saying a word because my energy was telling him what to do. No nonsense with the nope. And I walked away. So what's my energy saying to him? And that's what they understand. Because your pity, she doesn't talk to him. Her body language and energy is telling him,
Yeah.
you're acting like an ass.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah.
It's not a bad word, they say it on TV,
No.
right?
Please. We say worse around here. It's fine.
So what I need you to do with him is your nose have to be more relevant and reward the calmer state of mind. So we're going to talk about the state of mind. Right now he's really relaxed. This
Yeah.
could be praised all day long.
Yeah.
But when he gets into that stupid stage, because I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah.
It's a leaf, I feel.
There's a kid, I think, outside too. Oh, yeah.
I thought I heard a bicycle. And my back's to the things, and the male part of me.
There.
When he's in this stupid state of mind, and I always use a 0 to 10 scale, and it's an imaginary scale because your version, our version, and my version are totally different. But there's two constants in 0 to 10. 0 being asleep, and 10 being Satan's child.
Right.
And that could be excitement, aggression, fear. So I just call it Satan's child and stupidity. So right there, he's getting a little alert. See how his paws up?
Yeah.
He's unsure of what's going on. That's where you want to say, nope. Good. Break the focus before he gets going. Because
Okay.
that normally probably would have triggered him.
He probably would have ran.
Barked.
Or barked,
right.
yeah.
So what am I doing? Nope.
Yeah.
And I'm going to disagree. No. And I'm going to disagree with him at an earlier stage. Why? Because it's easier to control it at a 2 or 3
Right.
than a 7 or 8. 7 or 8, good freaking luck.
Yeah.
I have a hard time. I can't imagine the average dog lover.
Yeah.
You know, so what I basically just told them, that's okay. They're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to react to it. So we're starting to rewire his brain there. And what did he do? When I said no, what did he do?
He backed out.
He backed
Yeah.
away and looked at me like, really?
Yeah.
He let out a little protest. He's allowed to protest because this is new.
Right.
Remember, you're teaching him all, you're rewiring him. So you're going through a process of elimination with him. I mean, I don't know if you know anything about electricity, but if you wire electricity, you may get shot.
Yeah.
So you're going through a process of elimination to learn how to rewire his brain. You may get a result like I just did, but then he's going to do that protest. Are you serious? Think
Yeah.
about your kids. Are you serious, Mom?
Yeah.
Think about what you did to your parents. You know, if you started this from day one with him, it wouldn't be as hard.
Right.
But now it's 18 months,
It's
right?
hit a point.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you said you had him about 2 years.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, 2 years in May.
right. And he started showing these unwanted behaviors within a couple of months.
Yeah, he was good in the
Right.
beginning.
Did you have any other trainers come in for
No.
him? Okay. So think about it. It's 18 months of miscommunication. I'm always learning. It's miscommunication between the two because he was telling you something.
Yeah.
You weren't hearing him in his language, and then you were telling him something, and he was like, I have no clue because I'm getting yelled at. Think about when your folks yelled at you. How much did you really hear? Not much.
I'm leaving.
You know, so make your no become more relevant than this.
Okay.
Than you know, because women do
Anger.
it too. I pick on
Yeah.
men, but women do it too.
Yeah, of course.
And then, but you can't feel bad for him. You can't feel bad because he made a mistake yesterday. He bit your husband. Can you possibly fix what he did yesterday?
No.
So who cares what happened?
Right.
Don't worry about yesterday. Today's a new day.
Yeah.
Sun's shining. It's nice out. I wish I could get rid of the hoodie, start wearing short sleeve shirts,
Right.
but that's not happening yet.
Hopefully soon.
So, if you have the leash on him, you can make very easy corrections because you could just pop the leash. Again, the pop is not designed to throw him into a wall.
Right.
But if he's at a 3 of what you deem level 3, your correction has to be at a 4.
Okay.
Because if you do it at a 2, it's like when you're barbecuing and then gnats flying around you and just freaking annoying you.
Yeah.
So, a true pack leader is always firm, but fair. And there's never anger or frustration in your corrections. He's doing what he thinks he needs to do to defend himself. Unfortunately, from what it sounds like, he's doing what he thinks he needs to do to defend you.
Yeah.
You got to fire him.
You cannot be my bodyguard
Choppo, you're
anymore.
fired. Sorry, pal. Reason being is you have kids. I don't know how old are the kids?
Well, my husband has 2 daughters, 14 and 12, and then my kids are 7, almost 8 and 6.
Okay, so you got little kids
Yeah.
here. I mean, even 14 is a little kid to me.
Yeah. Who he does not like at all.
Because
I don't know why.
it's not
one-
that he doesn't like them.
one
Nobody
kid.
taught them how. Well, it could be the energy of the child. Each
Yeah.
child's an individual.
Yeah.
And as long as I don't see, people always tell. I've gotten calls. My dog doesn't like the kids. Okay.
He's
Yeah.
okay with everyone else.
Right.
It's just an energy that he
It's the
feels
energy.
off of
Maybe
her
the
for some
heart.
reason
Is she
that
a
he's
very hyper child?
Not at all.
It could be whatever. It's the energy.
Maybe
but I
she's
don't.
too submissive. I don't know.
Maybe, and he thinks he can take advantage
Yeah.
of that. But I always tell people, I'm not going to make your dog like your kids.
Right.
I just don't want forward motion.
Right.
So I have a house I worked with. They had 2 boxers. They were their babies,
Yeah.
and they had 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the female, believe it or not, boxer, every time the kids came into the room, left the room. Great. Who cares?
Right.
And at one point, I got the call because it was kind of cornered and tried to push past and knock the kid down. So of
Okay.
course they went after the kid.
Right.
No, the dog. As long as they're not moving forward to the kid, I don't care.
Right.
You don't. Then you have to tell it. Don't pet the dog.
Mm-hmm.
You have to advocate for your dog. And there may be certain people dogs don't like, and I'm fine with that. I'm never going to force a dog to do something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like forcing me to eat, you know, something I don't like.
Right.
Eggplant. I hate eggplant. If you force me to eat it, I'm going to bite you. You know.
Right.
So we tend to do that. So if he doesn't like that, your one daughter, as long as he ain't moving towards her to bite her, I don't give a crap. Really.
Well,
What if
yes,
she
that's
fed
the
him?
Problem.
Now she can be the one who predominantly feeds him. Maybe that will change the relationship, but always supervised by an adult.
Yeah.
If he moves towards her, then you can set him up for success because you're going to disagree with the forward motion. Not saying she has to pet him.
Right.
Put the leash on. She comes into the room. He acts stupid. Nope. And you be consistent. And it may take 5 times, or it may take 500 times of doing the same process. Don't forget, it's 18 months of having to rewire something.
Yeah.
Nothing, you know, Rome wasn't built overnight. He just has to understand where his role is in your pack.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, your female pitty is the pack leader, even over the humans. Because he thinks he has to protect you, so he's your pack leader.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I said you need to fire him. Especially around the kids.
Yeah.
So leash should be your best friend. The slip leash, oh my God, why is the ground so low? So he reacts, just out of curiosity. Can I smell it? I always let dogs smell things. I think it's the right thing to do. Good boy. Good. Just make sure his ear's not underneath it. I don't think it is. Okay. Yep, you can take that one off. Because now I'm going to start taking a little bit of control with him. I want to see what he does if he comes with me. Okay, so here's a protest. Again, remember I talked about not forcing. You notice I'm not dragging him. Now I can drag him. I mean, I'm 6'5". I can drag him easily. I want him to move himself.
While you're doing that, can you just pull this out of camp? Sorry. Thank you.
So he may throw a temper tantrum, which is okay. Good. But every time he moves, I'm going to reward him. Good. His brain, remember I talked about his brain being locked up? Mm-hmm. His brain's locked up. Good. And this won't slip off of him because it tightens. Good.
Yeah, no,
Good. 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 Good boy. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Good. I wanted to throw a real temper tantrum. Good. Because if he does, he'll see nothing bad happen.
Yeah.
Good. So he's going to try, right now what he's trying is not to come with me.
Yeah.
What he's going to learn is he's going to do my thing, what I want anyway, but nothing bad's going to happen to him. So if I dragged him, something bad is happening.
Right.
Good. 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 Each time it's getting a little easier to, there we go, we unlocked his brain. Did you see the switch?
Yeah.
So now we unlocked his brain. Now of course I'm going back towards you because that's his reward.
He's coming.
And then I'm going to take him away again. So slowly, from something he didn't like, and I'm going to use your daughter as an example right now. He doesn't like your daughter. He doesn't like coming with me. But you see how I'm unlocking his brain slowly?
Yeah.
Look at the change. Okay, again, a protest because Marcy moved, which is okay. But look what's happening. Very little pressure on this leash.
Yeah.
So his brain got locked, and I took the time to unlock his brain. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to switch him over.
Yeah, you can see it happen immediately.
Right. It took him, what, under a minute?
Yeah.
Now again, you may not have the same result. I've been doing this for a couple days now. So it worked. If he makes a mistake and tries to come after me because he's pissed off at me, to use human terms, I'll correct him.
Yeah.
And the correction, literally, when I say a leash correction, I want this on camera, is boom, boom. Almost like if I took my belt off, but I won't because I don't want to moon Mastic Beach, is that snapping sound of the belt. You know, you have to do that very quick.
Yep.
But again, it's not designed to throw him. Unlock his brain. And I unlocked his brain this time just by holding pressure, because pressure sucks. But he tried everything without the temper tantrum, which is pretty good actually.
Yeah.
I was hoping he would because it just makes the process go.
I
It's
think
dramatic.
It's
It's great for the
outside,
camera.
too.
Right. It's great for the camera. The temper tantrum looks really good on camera. But the end result after the temper tantrum is usually really, really good because they did all this nonsense. Nothing bad happened to them, and they still followed me. So with
Right.
that, you know, they waste so much energy. Even that little bit of protesting he did, he wasted a lot of energy. I wasted none. I have an advantage. So it's not about physically controlling him, about mentally controlling him. Reward this. Here, you know, theoretically, his arch enemy, me, is standing right here.
Yeah.
While somebody's riding a bike over there, he's unsure. You can see his body language is still very unsure. I'm not ready. He's not ready for me to pet him. If I did, I probably deserve to get bit. He's telling me his body language is still not what I want to see. But he has potential to move past it. So again, we're going to try this routine of walking away again, and look at how much easier it is. And he's actually trying to catch up to me now. So what he's telling us is, thank you for speaking my language. I don't know how that sounds cocky, but it's not meant to sound cocky. And you notice the first time when I walked back to you, he kind of ran towards you. Now he's just staying with me.
Yeah.
So he has the potential to move forward. Yes, inside the house it's going to be a little harder. Why? Because it's closer. It's claustrophobic for a lot. So yes, things have to go slower. But the slip leash, you saw how easy it was to get it on.
Yep.
So even if he's in a frenzy, you should be able to get it on. Always err on the side of caution. I don't want anybody getting bit. I mean, I always tell my customers, go to Home Depot, go online, buy a pair of leather gloves like this. They can bite this. Yes, you're going to get bruised.
Right, but
You're not going to break skin. And if they're really going nuts, especially the small dogs, you can give them this part of your hand. They can't get you. You get scratched up. With the gloves on, it's a lot easier, of course. I do recommend you get them. So when you have to grab him, have the glove, buy a bunch, put them around the house. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's not my house. And this way you just put one of them on the hand you're going to grab with. This way he bites the gloves. You're not going to get as mad if you don't see blood.
Right.
Yes, it hurts. I'm not going to say it doesn't. No dog bite I've ever had doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
You know, may not hurt in the moment, but later on it usually hurts a
Oh,
lot.
it hurts.
Come on, Choppo. Come on. Okay, here's the protest again. There we go. Good. 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 And it's an act of repeating. So there you saw a protest. The last time, no protest. Oops. Sorry, I didn't want to put the leash in your face. And what it was is, okay, are you serious?
Yeah.
And here's what I tell people all the time. You may work with him and he may be good for 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row. And you're like, yes. And then one day he's going to test you. And the test is usually worse than it was when you started.
Yeah.
That's the most important time to do dog language. Because he's testing, are you seriously taking this role as my pack leader? Okay, I threw out, it's like raising kids. You raise them right, then they become teenagers and they kind of rebel a little bit. But if you raise them right as toddlers or whatever, it's easy to get them back under control.
Yeah.
Dogs do the same thing. They want to make sure. They need that structure of the pack. They need that. He took a job protecting you. He thinks he claimed you.
Yeah, he did.
He shouldn't. Your husband can't claim me. You know.
He gets mad when my husband comes near me.
Right. But again, so what happens is your husband gets mad, angry.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. Again, I understand it as a human.
Yeah.
As a dog, I don't understand it. You get angry because your husband's angry, and you know it's going to come out, and you're going to hear about it.
Yeah.
You know, reality. It's just such a negative energy, and he's just saying nobody knows what the hell I'm saying to him.
Yeah.
So at that point, if he's on your lap and your husband comes by and he starts acting stupid, he needs discipline. Get the hell off my lap! You lost that privilege.
Right.
You know, you lose that privilege. of being on my lap because you don't know how to respect that space.
Mm-hmm.
Because your husband pays bills in this house. I don't think Choppo, you don't pay any bills, do you? And most of the house that I work in, the dogs own the house. You know, it's like having kids. Kids
Right.
own the house, parents pay all the bills. The dogs own the house, and people are paying all the bills. But you'll discipline your kids before you discipline your dog.
Mm-hmm.
Discipline your dog. And again, don't rationalize with them. Don't say, what's your husband's name?
Dave.
It's Dave. Stop it. Why are you growling at Dave? Well, they say the name, he doesn't even like it. You don't have to. It's just, no. You know, the KISS theory of training. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Stop complicating matters. My discipline word literally is no/no. That's it. I don't care about any other words. Leave it is not a discipline word. It's an obedience. Leave it. You can have it later. So if a dog's chewing shoes just as an arbitrary thing,
Right.
it's not leave it.
Yeah.
It's no. Cut it out.
Yeah.
So again, good boy. And his body language is starting to change a little bit. You can see his tail's out a little bit now.
Yeah.
It's not as tucked. Good boy. And coming back, he's actually staying with me.
Yeah.
This is like a really good walk. Do you walk him at all?
No,
You should.
I'm afraid.
Okay, you should.
Okay.
And I would suggest walking. I'll leave you the slip leash. I would suggest walking him. Walking shows leadership.
Uh-huh.
But walking with a short leash shows
Right.
leadership, not him smelling
Right,
everything.
right.
And, and if you see another dog, you see another person, go to the other side of the street. Make him learn that when you say, if he sees a dog and he reacts to it, you're going to say no.
Mm-hmm.
And you wait till he calms down and you continue your walk once he's calm. So
Mm-hmm.
what state of mind are we rewarding? Calm state of
Calm,
mind. What do
yeah.
you want from him? Calm the
Just
hell
to be
down.
calm. Yeah.
So the walk gives you teaches leadership. I don't know if you're a YouTube type person, go on
Mhm.
YouTube, find my Back to Basics dog training
Okay.
YouTube channel. There's a 5-part series on mastering the walk.
Okay.
I do highly recommend it, but one because I did it. But I think it's very informative. They're like 15-minute
So it's
videos.
helpful, yeah.
Subscribe to my channel because I need subscribers.
I will.
The more, watch the videos and
Okay.
break it down to the steps I do, because the whole thing is about rewarding the calm before the walk.
Right.
We don't want the storm. So
Yeah.
if we reward the calm, we don't get the storm. Because I don't like the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
I don't want the storm. Not when it comes to the dogs anyway.
No.
Because their storm sucks. Come on. Good. So now he sees them over there. So we're going to bring him a little closer. I have the leash, but I want to show you there's no pressure on this leash. So here's something that might trigger. Oh, you guys okay? See, even Marcy coming up behind him kind of spooked him a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to bring him over here. Let's see what he does. He's got to be careful. There's a lot of glass over here. So, hi guys. So he's not reacting to them at all. Nope. Now he's pulling me a little bit, so he's going to get a correction.
Right.
Because I took him out of his comfort zone. I don't understand why. Just like I said, if you walk, just be careful and close his mouth over there.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Get the ball over there. Get the ball over there.
I know, I saw that
That's
before.
a tricky, that's gotta be a tricky ball.
We don't even eat turkey.
So he did pretty good going. He did very good going over there. He was more nervous when he hears her scrape his heartbeat.
Something behind him.
Right.
He does not like anything behind him.
Right, but that's because of that. He's a, you know what I call him? He's an insecure pack leader.
Mm-hmm.
He took a job he hates.
Yeah.
You ever have a job you hate?
Yeah.
So he feels like, because he hears that, he has to protect himself.
Yeah.
Well, we have to convince him. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Don't stop looking over your shoulder. Don't worry. I'm in charge. I got you 6. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
Right.
So even though I'm making noises when I was behind him, if you notice, I didn't change.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed calm, so he didn't overreact to it. He did react to it a little bit because I'm staying calm. Nope. So there was a little protest. I want to show him there's nothing bad's happening to him.
Yeah.
And I normally don't drag my feet, so it's kind of weird.
I'll do it. I always do.
Good boy. And praise him when you get the win.
Okay.
And again, you don't have to go crazy. You notice I'm not going crazy with my praise. I'm not baby talking. I'm like, I don't like baby talking. I don't like baby talking kids. Good boy. Come.
But
Huh?
what if he starts growling and I'm looking at him, telling him no? When he finally calms down,
You can either walk away because you're going to take away the pressure, or you can tell him he's a good boy. But you
Okay.
honestly have to believe he's good.
do I pet him?
It's up to you.
Okay, because that's what I've been doing. When he finally calms
Right,
down,
but
I'm like,
really
okay,
make
good
sure
boy.
he's in that state of mind. Because don't forget, there's a huge difference in the training world
Uh-huh.
between obedience and behavior.
Okay.
Obedience is, I tell you to sit, you sit. And I always use kids in the classroom. And every one of us had one, and I was one of them. You know, teacher, you have to sit in your desk at school.
Yeah.
But if I'm looking out the window or looking over there, I'm not obedient.
Right.
I mean, I'm obedient, but I'm not behaving.
Right.
So just because he's sitting doesn't mean he's behaving yet.
Right.
You have to know your dog. You do know him. You've had him for about 2 years. So if he's still staring intently at whatever he was growling at, he's not good until he completely gives in to it.
See, he'll calm down and then go again.
Right. And that's it. Then you
So
start the
it's not
process
done.
over.
You just- okay.
You start because this is what he's used to. This is
Yeah.
a routine. He's in self-preservation mode from everything you described to me. I need to do this to protect myself. Once you really start showing him that you have his six, for lack of better terms, he'll give it up eventually. How
Yeah.
long? If I can tell you how long, I'd ask for a lot more money. You know, but he just needs to understand that all these behaviors that he's exhibited that you don't like are unwanted. You have to teach him what you want. And what do we want? Calm. So the only state of mind he should ever be getting rewarded with is calm. So when he makes a mistake, the no is not a reward. Because don't forget, negative attention is still attention. So the yelling, bitching, moaning, groaning, screaming at the dog is still attention.
Right.
Negative attention is attention. The no in a no-nonsense approach is not attention. It's a totally different mindset. Yep. Good. Good boy. Who's a good boy? Oh, okay. If he wanted, he could come over. And he may be stupid and try to make a mistake and bite me.
He would growl. You would know.
Yeah, and those little signs is what you have to be more cognizant of.
Yeah.
Like right now, legitimately based on everything, and I'm not seeing a lot of bad behaviors, but again, I don't see a lot of bad behaviors in dogs because they understand me.
Right.
I wouldn't have him around any of the kids unsupervised.
I don't.
Okay.
He's in
But you
the
have to
himself.
eventually bring the kids in. What I would do if I were you, I would start with the walk.
Okay.
You working from home now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have time for the walk.
Yeah. We have plenty of time.
So I would do walks, and I'm not saying you have to go for 10 miles,
Mm-hmm.
but you really want to do a structured walk with him. I don't care about him going to the bathroom on the walk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, if you let him out here and he pees and poops, he doesn't need to pee and poop out there.
Right.
But you can just go to the stop sign and back back and forth. I don't care what you do, but it should be a short leash. You're following me. You should be able to make left-hand turns, right-hand turns, figure eights, do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around. He should follow you,
Okay.
not sniffing the ground. So like there's that bone over there. Most dogs would try to get it. If I walked him past that, and we're just going to test it. Nope, right there. You saw he go to sniff it? I disagreed with it. Because that I know is deadly.
Yeah.
You notice I didn't move the bone.
Yeah.
So I disagree. Nope. That's the correction.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt him, doesn't scare him,
No.
but my nope has relevance. So when they're walking, they shouldn't be smelling the ground anyway. We're in travel mode. We're going
Right,
someplace.
walking, yeah.
I use the analogy, you load up your van with the kids and you're going on a trip. Well, the next stop is when I need gas. We're not going to stop every 2 feet to look at the scenery. Dogs, people watch people walk their dogs. When we were coming here, somebody was walking their dog. The dog was controlling the whole entire walk.
Yeah.
No. There's a point where you could do that, which you'll get on my videos. But I don't think he needs that recess. He needs structure.
Yeah.
He needs. So if I was walking him, this is as much leash as I would give him.
Okay.
I don't have to look at him because if he makes a mistake, I can feel it. Nope, right there. He's looking back over his shoulder. I'm not looking at him. He's following me. He's following my lead. I'm challenging his brain a lot.
Yeah.
He's gonna sleep well after I leave.
I hope so.
He will, because they get mentally exhausted.
Yeah.
When you challenge their brain, they get tired.
Yeah.
Because physically, I'm not going to keep up with this guy. I'm too old for that crap. So I don't even try to physically control. I never physically control dogs. I mentally control dogs. It's a
How it
lot
should
easier.
be.
Right.
Yeah.
So my walk isn't designed to physically tire him out. The structure of the back, mastering the walk back to basics style is designed to mentally tire out your dog, because a tired dog is a good dog. And they sleep. And after a good walk, say you can manage to do a good hour walk with him and it's all structured, and that's when your daughter, who he's afraid of, then I'd start that exercise, because he's too tired to fight with you.
Right.
So it'll be easier to get to the praising point, because his temper tantrum won't be so bad.
Right.
Utilize when he's mentally tired, because
Yeah.
it's easier to recondition, because he's like, crap, I'm too tired.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
even my
boy.
bro.
And then the more you think about it, he wants the praise.
Yeah.
Every dog does.
He does.
So praise him when it's the right time. Work with him when he's tired. If you have the luxury where you can walk him right now, and I do say, even though we're going through this pandemic, it's a luxury. We can walk our dogs.
Yeah.
Walk them. I don't care if you don't walk the other ones. I mean, you should, but
I do walk the other ones. I feel bad. I'm afraid to walk him
Why?
because I'm afraid if something sets him off,
right.
and I tell him no, I'm afraid he's gonna attack me.
Well, don't be afraid of it, because guess what? He will.
Yeah.
Be cognizant of it. I don't want you to ever let your guard down.
Right.
But if he's going to go after my legs, the
Yeah.
leash, if you hold it out with no tension, I can hold him over here. If he came after me,
Yeah.
he can't get me. But make sure you hold your leash.
Right.
Now, and I'm not saying hold the leash like this. 'Cause
Right.
I don't like that. That's tension. Hold your handle. Hold it down here. If he starts getting stupid,
Yeah. You just step away
now he can't get you. And what do? You don't move until when?
until he calms down.
Right. And you're allowed, if he's trying to redirect, because that's what it is. I want to get at that little girl across the street,
Right.
God
and you're
forbid.
telling me no.
I need to get rid of this frustration.
Mm-hmm.
You're the closest thing. I'm going to lash out on you. That's what, pop him. No. At the same time. Because you want to time it, don't forget. No.
Right. At
Or
the
no.
same time. Yeah.
But keep in mind, and this is going to be controversial in the video world, but I don't really give a rat's, you know what?
Yeah.
Punishment fits the crime. Reality.
Yeah.
So if he went to bite me, that's more than him not wanting to walk with me.
Mm-hmm.
So or trying to go after that bone. So my no with the bone was maybe a 2. If he went to redirect me, it may be a 10.
Yeah.
Because that's unacceptable by any stretch of the imagination, but it's going to be a one-time deal.
Right.
And again, the 10's not designed to hurt him, but the punishment fit the crime. You want to bite me? How dare you?
Yeah.
Same way, when I work with insecure dogs, the last thing I want to do is set them up to bite me. Why? Because then I have to dominate insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, the dog's scared already, now I'm going to dominate? That doesn't make sense to me, and I hate when
More
trainers
scared.
do that.
Yeah.
So that's why I take the leash eventually, and I just have them with me. Because here's this scared dog,
Yeah.
nothing bad's happening with stranger danger. It's a better way to associate with you. So it's not, again, men have a different attitude, even male trainers. They would go to dominate an insecure dog. I'll never go to dominate an insecure dog unless, if he bites me, I have no choice.
Well, yeah.
So let's be smart. What did I ask you to do? Have him on a leash when I get there. Now I don't have to
Yeah.
worry about it. Even Kai that bit me, I didn't dominate him. I didn't grab him by his neck and pin him to
Right.
the ground and make him submit to me. I let him make a better decision.
Yeah.
I'd rather him make a better decision. What's the better decision? Don't go after the kids. Don't go after you. Don't go after my husband. Be part of our pack.
Yeah.
But be part of it, not be in charge of it. He's in charge.
Oh, he's in charge.
And the pitty's the only one
Yeah.
right now disciplining him in the
Yeah.
language, because I'm sure he respects her.
Yeah, I have 3 other little ones too, but they stay away.
Right.
They
probably,
get along, but they just,
Right.
they stay away.
But he just needs, what rules do you want in your house for him to coexist? You felt bad from day one because he was a stray.
Right.
So you babied him and set a set rules. And there's a video on my YouTube channel, How to Bring a Dog into the House.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish everybody in the world would watch it. It's really about how to bring a dog in the house is not all about love and affection. It's setting rules.
Yeah.
Because if you bring another dog into your home, your pack is going to set the rules for that dog. They're not going to go over and hug and kiss them. Hugging and kissing is for us.
Right.
Oh my God, you poor baby, you were wandering the streets. I feel so bad. Look when I become weak, what he does.
Yeah.
It's a weak energy. you know what? Yesterday you ran the streets, but look at what the hell I'm giving you today. Be happy.
Be grateful.
Right, be grateful. Why worry about what you fix him being on the street yesterday? No.
No.
So why worry about it? You can't fix it.
Right.
And we tend to, especially rescue dogs.
Yeah, you feel
We
bad.
think about their past.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Again, it's easy for me. Don't get me wrong. It breaks my heart every time I see a dog get scared
Yeah.
or abused or whatever. I'll deal with my emotions in my car.
Right, of course.
Never when I'm with the dog, because if I'm doing it around the dog,
They sense it.
I'm not
They
strong.
know,
I'm not that
yeah.
strong pack leader.
Yeah.
First couple months, he fed off the love, and then he said, "Well, there's no rules here." That's why I always say dogs need decompression. And
Yeah.
usually it's 2 to 3 months before the dog shows their real colors, and that's
Right.
when I get the phone call. And if people would listen to me, I put that video out for a reason. I gave it to one of the people who I work with in rescue. Oh, Michelle, remember me, right?
Yes.
Okay. I shared the dog Hunter. I don't know if you follow Hunter's story on Facebook.
I don't think so.
Hunter is the mess. He's been in 6 foster homes this year.
Oh no.
But
That's
everybody,
so sad.
nobody's listening to what I said about bringing him in. It's sad, but it's the people. Why? Because they bring him in, and they get. I just posted this video. She told me she was finding another foster home for Hunter, and I said, make him watch my video before you bring Hunter there.
Yeah.
Never watch my video. The next day, I see Hunter on the couch. No rules. And guess what? I got the phone call last night. That was Sunday. I got the phone call last night. Hunter bit hard because Hunter has no rules,
Right.
and he's going to set his own. He's setting his own rules, and his rules are being based on fear.
Yeah.
No.
And now he's in 6 homes.
Right. I'm saying even
I
with
mean, what do you
Choppo.
expect?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing with Hunter yet.
Yeah.
But even Choppo, he set his rules after 2 or 3 months, or whatever it was,
Yeah.
and then everybody got angry at him. No, don't get angry at him. We should get angry at ourselves because we never set rules from day one. We smothered him with love
Yeah.
because we felt bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not what another dog would do. So start thinking, what would another dog do? You made a mistake. Look at what your PD does, what she does. Every time he makes a mistake, gets a consequence.
Yeah.
Your consequence could be boom, psht, whatever. You know, if you have to grab him from stopping to bite, always be careful of your own hands. That's why I said I like grabbing the scruff because they can't. But don't grab it with this. Hold him tight enough so he can't get loose.
Right. With
Bite
your
you.
hands.
But I've pinned dogs down because I've had no choice.
Right.
But the last time I had to pin a dog down, which was probably about 2 years ago, I had the dog on the ground. I'm biting him in the neck. My knee was on their hip because dogs can flop around.
Right.
And I'm holding my conversation with the doggy parents just like I'm talking to you now because I wasn't angry or frustrated. And I wasn't trying to control him with pressure. I was trying to control him with my energy, but I had to hold him down. But as he submitted, I started loosening my pressure. And then I just stood up and he said, oh, okay, I guess I'm not allowed to do that. And it was a matter of fact, it was a redirection.
Yeah.
But the key is when I do it, I'm not angry at the dog. So if you can go into it and just say, okay, he made a mistake, let me grab him, breathe in the roses, blow out the candle. You'll see he'll calm down faster. Right now, he doesn't calm down quick because the energy around him is negative and he's actually fighting the negative energy. Get the hell away. If I came into your house and I'm a raving lunatic, what's the first reaction? Get the hell away from me.
Yeah.
You know, reality. We try to control them that way because physically we can. But if you put him in a 200-pound body, guess what? You can't.
Right.
The anger is never going to work. I'm telling you, I'm changing the way people live their lives because there's no anger, no frustration, no nonsense. How I try to live my life.
Right, with your family, with your kids.
She'll disagree with me.
me.
No.
I'm
That's
good.
not what you said this
No,
morning.
he's amazing.
You know, but he has potential because look what he's doing for
Yeah.
me.
I
And
know he does.
it's just you got to work him
matter of-
through these bad,
Yeah.
unwanted behaviors. I hate that word, bad behavior.
Yeah.
And it's unwanted because nobody taught him. So it's not bad. But bad is no, you can't go out as a human, and you go out. That's bad.
Do it. Yeah.
You know, but if you know, and I always use when I grew up because I was passed through school. I to this day spell things phonetically because I got hundreds on my tests if I
Right.
spelled it phonetically. So I'm not stupid because I don't know how to spell. It's a bad behavior that was set up by people of authority.
Right.
But it's an unwanted behavior, but it's not a bad behavior. It's not a stupid behavior. It's what I was allowed to do.
Right.
It's an unwanted behavior, but it's not bad because nobody taught him yet.
Yeah.
Once he teaches them, and then they don't listen to them.
Yeah, well,
like
then
kids.
that's another story.
Like my daughter at 20 years old still can't figure out how to wash a dish. That's a bad behavior.
We've went over this.
So, good boy. Good boy. You can see when I get excited, you can see him change. And him sitting down and relaxing is a great thing. So I'm going to turn the reins over. And then I want you keeping them close to you. I'm going to walk close to you. We walk a dog. How much tension is that? If you're tense, what do you tell them? Think about what you communicate. The leash is like your cable for your TV. It's sending a signal back and forth. If I'm holding that white knuckled, every time he sees something and I white knuckle it, he's gonna be like, "Oh crap! What
Is it?
So, even if he was reacting, somebody's walking down the street, say with their dog, and I see him reacting, I'm gonna hold the leash the same way. I'm always gonna hold my handle. That's my safety. Try to hold with 2 fingers because that's what I like to do. And I walk, and I do. I stay the same. And I visualize what's the outcome. Okay, they're walking, Max down this way. My goal is to get to that stop sign. That's what I'm going to visualize. I'm not going to visualize the reaction.
Right.
If the reaction happens, I'm going to correct it, wait it out, calm, continue.
Okay.
We premeditate things because we go, oh my God, Choppo's going to react. Max is coming. Max is his arch enemy. And we start indirectly, and we stop breathing. We do and think about that tension. Every time he sees Max, he gets tense. Why? Because you get tense. Trust yourself. He's not going to pull you down. Again, 200-pound dog, different scenario. But he makes a mistake, pop him. Again, not to hurt him, not to throw him into my truck. Hey, focus here. Don't focus on Max, because I'm telling you, Max is okay. And I don't know who the hell Max is, but it sounds like a good name. And actually, the dog I saw him walking before I saw it looked like a Max. So, it's all how you want to proceed. You're calmer, you stay there. No anger, no frustration, no nonsense. Quicker, you say, oh, I did it for me. You saw it.
Yeah.
There's no magic. I always say there's nothing up my sleeves. I roll my sleeves for a reason. There's no chemicals on my pants because I was accused of that once. Somebody was convinced I put like ether or something on my pants because the dog was too.
My dog.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, no. If I put ether on the pants, I'd be sleeping.
Right.
She was just convinced there's no way her dog could be that calm.
Well, he's very calm right now.
Right, calmer than probably normal for strangers.
I think if you had walked into my house,
Again,
it would have been a different scenario.
He's territorial.
Oh, absolutely.
Why?
People
Because
cannot come in the house.
Unfortunately, this is
Yeah.
a horrible time for trainers because really I would love to work with them in
Right.
the house. If this thing ever breaks or whatever, I mean,
Yeah.
if I have to wear a mask, I just don't want to do dog training with a mask on because
No,
then they can't read my
well,
facial expressions.
Yeah, and that could be scary for them
Right.
too.
If we have to eventually bring it in, we will bring it into the house. But started out here because he does show
Yeah.
some territorial things out here.
Yeah.
He was worried about these young ladies playing over
Yeah.
here. Whatever. Have them out here. Have the kids riding bikes back and forth because I know that's going to trigger them as a terrier. They all hate bicycles.
Yeah.
Maybe all the kids have bikes. Work on them down here. Maybe we can start working on them inside. And then, hopefully by the end of this month, I can actually get into people's homes again.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I don't think, the Zoom would work. Now, what I'm going to also say to do is, if you have a bad behavior, record it.
Okay.
If you can.
I actually did record him growling at me yesterday,
Okay.
so I'm like, if I need to show him that he's really not listening.
Send those videos
I
to me
have to.
either on Facebook Messenger. Are you part of Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. So find the Back to Basics Dog Training page, like it, subscribe to the
I actually
YouTube
think
channel.
I do.
Okay.
I'll have to double check.
I see people like it.
Yeah.
I can't keep track of anything anymore. But you can message me the videos right there, or you can
Okay.
text them to me, whatever, and let me know. But don't play for the camera. So he's growling at your husband. Try to do what we talked about, but record really what you're doing so I can see and hear what you're doing to stop it. Because then a lot of times customers who do listen to me and send me these videos, I usually catch something they're doing wrong.
Right.
Not the dog.
Well, yeah, I know it's me and having to manage his behaviors. I just don't
And
know
you
what
just
I
gotta get
should be
right. You
doing.
just gotta get to the point of no means no.
Yeah.
And no has to have a consequence when he says, "Mom, screw you." Because I know if one of your kids did, said, "Mom, screw you," Dad months.
Yeah.
And really nothing bad's happened. But he got put into a cage. Go to your room and think about what you did. It was what we do when we do that.
Right.
He ain't gonna go there. What that actually teaches him, I do this, everybody leaves me the hell alone.
Yeah, and he actually likes his crate if I don't force it.
Right, same
So,
thing.
and I want it to
Right.
actually be a safe place for
Right.
him.
So when you put him in the crate at night and he acts stupid, you gotta wait him out. You wait him out. You don't always be careful in your hands. You don't want to get dead. Stand up. No. Don't do this. No, because how tough do I look right now?
Yeah.
You stand over the crate. No, we don't do that. And you back him down like I did before, and wait till he calms down. Good boy. You turn around and walk away. Disagree with him growling at you.
After I close the door. though.
After you close the door.
Okay.
He goes in fine, but when you go to shut the door,
That's when he starts getting mad.
once you have the air pump,
Yeah.
shut it, and then if he still acts stupid after you shut it, right?
Mhm.
Wait him out. Show him you're not going to be afraid of that action. Or you can do that exercise during the day. Put him in, and when he's calm, run him out. When he's calm. So now you're rewarding the calm. You're coming out of the cage.
Right.
Going back in and work on duration. But as long as he's acting stupid, he can't come out. And not as punishment, we're disagreeing with that state of mind.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to disagree with that state of mind. And that's what you're disagreeing with, to teach him a better state of mind. Eventually, he should be able to walk in the crate, shut it, no problem. He's got to get this, or you can do it even with the leash.
He's just so random. Like some nights he'll go in and he must be tired because
Right.
he doesn't give me a hug.
Right.
But other nights it's like he wants to bite my
You
face
raised
off.
children. Was bedtime always easy?
Still not easy.
Okay. So if you think about it that way, he's doing the same thing the kids did.
Yeah.
It's just when he does it, it hurts more
Yeah.
because he's got sharp teeth. Show me that, or, like I said, get a pair of those leather gloves.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your hand right there at the cage. You can do that, start showing them. If it was me, and I gotta say, kids don't try this at home because I don't want your kid bit.
Right.
If I started shutting the cage and he started acting stupid, I could open the cage, put my hand right there, now what? Usually they back away.
Yeah.
What they're waiting for is, okay, oh, I did this, I won.
Yeah.
No, I stay there. That's where the leather gloves come in. I'd have my hand right there, bad, bite my arm, I don't care, but I'm not moving. But I'm gonna stay.
Right.
And I've had dogs who literally Tasmanian deviled on my hand, and I just stand there, and all of a sudden they do it for, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds, whatever it may be, a half hour, I don't even know. And all of a sudden you see that little change. Oh, wait, what happened? That didn't work. What do I do now? That didn't work because I stayed there.
Yeah. Oh no.
Because they're used to getting their way.
Right.
When they use their mouth. You have to take away that power. Unfortunately, if you don't have the gloves on, it's going to hurt a lot more.
Yeah.
So I do recommend maybe going on Amazon, buying a pair of good leather, like electrician's gloves.
Okay.
Because he can't bite
My
through the
husband
leather.
actually might have him. I'll
Right.
ask him.
Yeah. It's protection. You still can get bruised.
Yeah.
I had a dog bite my thumb through one of those. I got bruised. Oh
Yeah.
well.
He goes for ankles.
Yeah, but in the cage.
And when you turn around.
Because he's insecure.
Yeah.
I don't like what you just did. Now I
You
have to
leave and then he's like, now
Right.
I'm gonna bite you.
One of the worst bites I got is when I first started. I went to a house that had a puppy pit bull, 6-month-old pit bull, cute thing. Already took pack leadership role at 6 months. I walked in, the dog was fine. My gut instinct was put the dog on a leash.
Yeah.
Gut instinct. Didn't go with my gut. And then, so the dog was here doing a normal dog thing, smelling me. Somebody came out from over here, so I walked past the dog to go shake their hand. You were in Florida, I think, when that happened. And the dog bit me behind the knee. Insecure pack leader, an insecure dog will never face to face. They're gonna sneak attack.
Yeah.
Same way, being a guy 6'5" growing up, very few people came face to face at me.
Right.
They always hit me from behind because they weren't that confident. Those insecure dogs, very rarely do I turn my back on them now because I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way they feel they're tough. So going for your ankles when you turn your back is normal. So if you know it's going to happen, and I just did it recently with somebody, is I knew they had an insecure dog. I walked away, and as soon as I walked away, I knew it was going to make that move, and I turned around, nope. And the dog went, whoa. I got caught doing what I normally do. Did that 2 or 3 times. He was like, I'm not chasing that. I'm done.
Yeah.
Think about the temper tantrum. It's done.
Yeah.
I'm not saying tomorrow's not going to be there.
Right.
The more you work on it, the quicker this goes. Of course, and that's the beauty of being home right now. That's why, you know, like I said on my Facebook, I did a live Facebook thing before I came here. I'm doing these every Saturday morning.
Oh, good. I'll
Question and
watch
answer
them.
period.
Oh, good.
And I'll post those up on YouTube too, so you may hear something from one of your own. But it's a live Facebook live thing. Question and answer, no charge. Ask your questions, I'll answer them.
Right.
You know, or listen to other people's questions because you're gonna be like, oh shit, I have the same problem.
Yeah.
Because you may not think it's a problem. It's a great avenue, but we have time to work with our dogs now. We're home.
Yeah.
Work with them. Don't overwhelm them. Work with them.
Right.
Challenge their brain more than play with them.
Yeah.
Challenge his brain. Disagree. It's okay to say no. You're not hurting his feelings. Because I know that goes through people's heads.
I've just never had to deal with a dog like this.
Right.
My other dogs, I've never had issues.
You got lucky.
Yeah.
You got
Ever.
lucky.
I mean, every dog I've ever had, I've never,
But that's
you know. So this to me is new. It's a
Okay,
new world.
but that's okay. That's how you learn.
Which
That's how
is
you grow.
fine,
And
yeah.
I always say you don't know the dog you want, the dog you need.
Yeah.
Maybe you need him for some reason you don't even realize. Maybe it's to learn back to basics, no anger, no frustration, no nonsense
Yeah.
theory.
Yeah.
Because that's a better way to live life anyway.
Right.
Who cares? Can't
Yeah.
change yesterday. Why am I going to? You know, dogs really do truly live in the moment.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit about yesterday. They may, you know, yes, they may remember they were abused by a human and certain actions may trigger them. But if you show proper leadership today, they move forward and do give it up. You know, the reason humans suffer from PSTD, and it's a real thing, and I feel bad for our military and our first responders, and now all these nurses and doctors that are going to be suffering it with it, is because we unfortunately have that ability to replay everything in our freaking heads. Monks don't. They just want somebody to show them what is my place today.
Yeah.
Show him the place today. He's got it because he had every right. A few times I challenged him, he could have bit me.
Yeah.
He could have lashed out at my ankles. He doesn't want them. He doesn't want the job. Take him, fire him.
Yeah. Figuring it out.
I tell all my customers, you're now part of my pack. You're stuck with me. So I honestly want you to reach out to me if something comes up. Don't be shy. Even if I have to run by for 10 minutes, if I'm in the area,
Yeah.
and just go. That's not a chargeable thing.
Right.
You know, if we have to do a Zoom thing, I told you that's half price. But you know, right now I don't think Zoom would be the right thing today.
Well, that's why, I mean, I've spoken to plenty of people, like, I'll do Zoom, and I'm like, I really don't want to do Zoom. I
Right.
just don't think it's going
You
to
shouldn't-
work. I
shouldn't
need
talk to any other-
someone
You shouldn't
here.
talk to any other trainer.
Well, now I won't. Now I do.
They'll,
But, you know,
after they can't work with them, they'll send it to him anyway.
I get
Yeah.
I follow up with most of my a lot of my things I follow up because of other trainers.
Yeah.
And it's not saying they're just not really understanding the dog. There's different training methodologies, and I understand them all. But every dog's an individual, so how is one way the best way?
Right.
There is no best way. It's what works
It's
best
like
for
a kid.
Choppo.
Yeah.
And that's I think the difference that differentiates me from other trainers is I look at everything, and whatever I think we need to do based on you, based on your dog, is what we're going to do. It's not, well, we're only going to do treats,
Right.
or we're only going to do discipline. If you notice, I'm not saying only discipline. Praise the crap out of him when he does good, so we don't have to ever discipline again.
Right.
The reason I say right now to time the nope, because I want the word to have more relevance, even in the pop. So eventually, when I say nope, oh crap, I don't want the feeling, I stop.
Yeah. So before he even
Right.
continues.
Right, but for now, because he doesn't have understanding, it should be nope, 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 and then maybe tomorrow, the next day, whatever it is, you try the nope and see if it stops. Yeah, it didn't. Nope. Reinforce it. Oh, I heard that sound twice, and I still got that. Oh, it's the more to say the word than to do the physical. Because the physical sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like physically correcting dogs. I prefer not to.
Yeah.
But I got to teach them. I have to teach my
In the
kids.
beginning. Yeah.
He's just starting it a little later in life, but that's okay. He'll
Yeah.
get it. Hopefully, we get to the point where you can brush him.
I was
He's
as an
he's
ex
needs to be
as
shaved.
an ex groomer in my head. I've groomed him so many times already. Just watch
She
it.
used to groom.
I was cutting him this morning, actually, like
Right.
just with the scissor, but every time he got uncomfortable, he was
Right.
like,
Right.
and walked
But
away.
you-
So I'm
With
like,
the
okay,
razor,
I will
you could-
stop for
Yeah, I
now.
mean, you
With the
may
razor, you
wanna-
could
I
skim
can,
those
like
knots
this.
out.
I just was like snipping them
Yeah.
to get him out.
Yeah, but you
Um,
gotta be careful.
I mean, you may
Don't
want to
get-
also consider.
That's why
Get
the
close to
razor
the
is
skin, right?
better.
Yeah.
You may want to consider muzzle conditioning, which is not a bad thing.
Right.
Is he food motivated?
No. Not
Really?
I mean, maybe go a high value treat like a piece of chicken or something.
Okay.
And, you know, there's basket style muzzles. I'm trying to. He'd probably be the small, definitely the smaller size. It may be too big for him. I don't like the muzzles that vets use. Those nylon.
Yeah, that like.
I like the
squish.
basket style
Yeah.
muzzles that they can still pant and drink water.
Right.
But you have to condition them. Personally, I think every puppy, part of basic obedience, should be muzzle conditioned.
Yeah.
Because it just makes it easier. God forbid they do react at a vet.
Right.
The muzzle shouldn't be a scary thing.
Yeah.
Nothing should be scary. But you can muzzle condition with a high value treat without even putting the muzzle on them, just because of the baskets, they can get it through it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm going to be doing a whole video on that too, because I think it's important. My poor dog's going to be in so many videos. So, you know, just do it. He's got the potential. I'm telling you, I see it.
Yeah.
I was expecting a Terrier to try
I
to
need my
attack me.
husband to listen to you though, because he
Have
wants to
him-
kill
actually,
me. He's
when I-
like, he's done.
Right. Have him. I hate to say it, but there was a.
Is he on?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to come out.
Oh.
Well, no, he's with the kids, but
okay.
no, he would come out if I asked
If you
him
go on
to.
my Facebook page, the live question and answer thing I had today, I actually was talking about husbands because we have a husband that the dog constantly barks and growls at him or whatever, and the one thing I talk about is not trying to control it with anger. And she's like, "Oh, I have to have my husband listen to this." It really does it because it's a different way to approach it, and it's hard. I'm honest. I'm a man. It's hard.
Yeah.
And you're talking to a guy who used to have anger issues.
Well, that was him.
Who realized that, boy, that was stupid.
Yeah.
You know, so anger is never going to control it. And I understand his frustration. His wife's been bit, his kids have been bit, he's been bit.
Right.
I understand it because I am human. But we're not going to stop it. If the anger is going to stay there, then we have to look at other alternatives, which none of us want to look at.
Right.
You know, and that's not what we're about. He has the capability. You know, once I post. Oh, by the way, is it okay if I do post this on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
That's
Okay, I just had
totally
to get
fine.
permission.
Yeah. Totally fine.
You know, we'll post this out there so we can actually see how the dog reacted with a stranger. I don't know, maybe he's staring at the window for all I know. You know.
Yeah.
But stranger danger, I'm sure he has. Yes, it'll be different in the house if I walk in the house now, but it also could be because of the chaos of the other dogs.
Oh, it is. It is. Once one dog barks, that's it. They're
Oh,
all
well,
barking, and he is.
but you
in
have to keep
attack
them
mode
calm.
immediately.
You have to learn to keep them calm too. Reward
Yeah.
the calm for them to help him.
Yeah.
Because he's just going off, oh my God, what the freak's going on? Everybody, I got to defend myself.
So how do I?
Good luck. You need
Yeah, how
you
do
have
I-
to put
how
the
am I
other
gonna-
dogs on the
I'm
leash.
like, how am I gonna do that?
What I would do, how many other dogs you have?
4.
4. You have 4 people that can handle all 4 dogs
Yeah.
on leashes?
Yeah.
Have all 4 dogs on leash? 5 dogs,
Uh-huh.
right? 5 with that, with Choppo. You work Choppo, we have everybody else handle the other dogs. Ask a neighbor or friend or somebody, come knock on the door, create the chaos, and don't disagree with the excitement.
On the leash.
On leash on every dog.
Okay.
Keep them separated, always be cognizant of the redirect.
Mhm.
You know, so if I had your pity who's getting excited because somebody knocked on the door, nope. Stop it. And when do we open the door? When they're calm. Give them the reward when they're calm. Because right now the door is representing excitement. Knock, knock, knock.
Yeah.
Bunty, what's behind door number 1? And we open up and give them the prize. So you're rewarding the excited state of mind, which is now causing trauma. Dogs jumping on your guests, because your other ones are probably all knuckleheads and they jump on
Yeah,
everybody,
very
which is
exciting.
very uncomfortable for
Yeah.
people coming in your home. Because you're rewarding their excitement because they're telling you, I'm excited because somebody knocked on the door. We're opening the door. Here's your reward. So you rewarded that state of mind. It's no different than if you have a puppy that when you come home, they're all excited, they're jumping all over you, petting them. You're rewarding them for jumping on you.
Yeah.
The best case is there was a Great Dane I worked with not too long ago. 3 years old, weighed about 170 pounds. Jumped on mom and dad every time they came home because from a puppy, it was just, they allowed it. Then they were due to have a baby. Now they're scared,
Yeah.
rightfully so, carrying this little bambino where the dog's paws are bigger than the baby.
Yeah.
Were we able to fix it? Yes. But it was 3 years in the making. Why?
Yeah.
Because they fed into that excitement from puppyhood. People say I don't love dogs because I don't feed into the excitement. No, I'll feed into the excitement on my terms.
Right.
I play with my dogs. I love playing with my dogs. But on my terms, they can't play. They don't dictate to me.
Right.
I don't let my kids dictate to me. She can. Um,
Wives are different.
Wives can dictate. Why would I let my dog? And
Yeah.
we tend to let our dogs dictate what we're going to do. You know, you got the pit bull, so it's a bigger dog. You're sitting on the couch, your arms on the armrest, and she's doing this with the nose.
Constantly.
Pet me now, pet me now. What do we do? You're telling her, she just told you what to do. You have 4 kids in there. Can they say, hey, Ma, feed me now?
No.
But your dog just did, and you let it do it. Think about it. Use the same theology you use for your kids without the anger, because kids we get angry at because we know we can rationalize with them. I can't rationalize here.
Yeah.
I can't say, don't jump on jump on me, it's okay, but don't jump on grandma because she's on blood thinners. No, it doesn't work. I can't explain that. So what's the answer? Don't jump on anybody. Fair is fair. When you want to play with them, you're allowed to. But they shouldn't say, play with me now.
Right.
And then if you play with them, you get them excited, your job when play is over, just bring them all the way back down to the column. It's a labor of love, but it's so much better. You know? Okay, how do you feel?
Good.
Because I can go off days.